I am Washayla Sananda. You probably all know that by now. And I'm going to get into a little bit of a discussion about this particular breath work and where it came from and how I came to offer it. And then we're going to go from there right into a breathwork class. It's actually a 32-minute class, so we're going to use most of our time on that. And then at the end, I will stay on after. I'll try and finish that part of the class by the hour. And then hopefully you have a buffer and you don't have to run off to work or do something really physical right afterwards, because after a breathwork session like this is really high level ascension work, and it's nice to just have some downtime to be able to really receive the benefits of what you just did. So hopefully you'll be able to stay on and we'll have a little conversation about it afterward. But if you do have to go at the hour, that's fine too. And so for starters, just want to thank everyone for being here, for dedicating your time to your ascension journey and sharing this path with me. It's so much fun for me to be able to see you all here and share this work with you and watch you all go deeper and to be a part of that experience. So thank you for showing up. I actually have 800 people registered for this challenge last I checked, which is a wonderful amount of people that are, that just tells me nobody's signing up for this if they're not interested in bettering themselves and interested in their ascension path. So that is so encouraging and optimistic, and it makes me happy just to know how many people want the ascension and want this for themselves. So thank you for being here and being one of them. And as far as breathwork goes, I'm so glad that most of you have experienced breathwork before. This is different. If you haven't experienced my particular style, it's called Ascension breathwork, and I'm the only one that teaches it. I have a couple other teachers in training, but I'm the only one that has it officially for offer. So if you see Ascension breathwork somewhere else and it's not attached to me, that might be a totally different thing. But this is a powerful, powerful breathwork that was given to me as a download in 2019 when I was doing a tour across Mexico and the US. It was a spiritual tour. I was doing light work and ascension courses and workshops. I started in Mexico, went all across the US, and then ended up in, I went to Mount Shasta and then to Hawaii to finish that tour. And so during that time, really right at the beginning, I was in Mexico. I was doing a breathwork course with a friend who was a new practitioner. And during that breathwork course, I was just filled with light. The divine came to me, and I was given this sequence, this series of different breaths that were, when they were put together, my guidance was showing me this is going to fast track ascension. And at the time, because I'm in my friend's class, I thought it was for her. And so I tried to offer what I learned or what I was shown to her. And she didn't want it. She wasn't interested. She's like, no, I'm learning this. I don't need anything else. So I found out that it was actually its own style of breathwork. I had no intention of being a breathwork practitioner or trainer. I always have plenty of other things going on. So when something like this shows up, I'm like, well, okay, it's being given to me for a reason. So I just started using it with my clients originally, my embodied ascension training clients. And what we found is that when we partnered this breath with what they were learning in embodied ascension, they expanded so much faster, and the traumas that were clearing went away so much faster and more completely and multidimensionally. And this breath work and this sequence of breathing, it's multidimensional. It gives access to parts of yourself that you just don't have access to in normal waking states. It is an expanded state of consciousness. This breath work is the closest thing probably that you can do to psychedelics without actually consuming any plant medicine. or any drugs. It is because it when it's done right, what it does is it releases endogenous DMT in the brain, and it dissipates very quickly, but it gives this feeling of extreme love and connection and expansion and opening and awakening and all of the things that go with that. Now, I don't know if you will get to that point in your first class today. Quite often, the first class that you do, you're kind of in your head. There's a lot of things to remember. There are a lot of steps, and I will be guiding you through it, but it's okay. Whatever you experience is perfect for you. The idea is to allow the breath to breathe you and to come out of the thinking mind and move in to the feeling heart, the feeling of the breath, letting the body knows how to breathe. The body wants to do the breath, but when we get in our heads, we start to interrupt that breathing process. So just to be able to allow yourself to drop out of your head and into your body, feel your heart, let the breath breathe you, and allow yourself to just sink in. And if you can do that, you're going to get somewhere. And it is a practice. Breathwork is a practice. It's not a one and done. I'm going to do a class or a series of classes and then I'm good, I'm transformed. It's something ongoing. And the more you do it, the more powerful it becomes. So I highly encourage you to, if you love this course, you'll be able to take this on as a practice. And I'll tell you how you can do that at the end of today's session. And so from there, I am going to go ahead and begin to explain the various breaths. There are actually 5 breaths that we'll be doing throughout this process. I will show you what they are. And then from there, we're going to go jump right into it. I'm going to play a session for you that I've pre-recorded, because what I found is if I try and do a live guided session on Zoom, there's a lot of interference. So it works much better if I set it up to a pre-recorded one. And then afterward, when you come back, we'll have a conversation about it. So also, for starters, I just want you to know that this is so good for your body. It's so good for you. You're bringing more light, more oxygen into your cells, and you're increasing your capacity to hold more light in your body. That is embodied ascension. You're ascending your body's capacity to hold more light. So just in practicing this breath, you are becoming more light, becoming more full of oxygen, more full of air and life, and breath is life. So there is so much value. Even if you feel like, I didn't do well in the session, it doesn't matter. Just being here, just breathing consciously is an upgrade from not breathing consciously. And so where we begin, the beginning is very gentle and very easy. I call it the heart breath. And so at the beginning, it's really great if you have an intention, if you set an intention for your session. You can start to think about that right now. You can write it down, or you can just have it in your mind and in your heart. And so as we open, it's the heart breath. And this is where you're just gently breathing, and you're breathing into the heart. You're noticing your heart center. You're noticing your body. You're bringing full awareness to the breath and to the body, feeling the body. This is a celebration of the body, of having a physical body that is a container for our divine presence. And it's a special, special gift to have this beautiful body temple. So in the beginning, it's really, it's praise. You're praising your body for holding your divine light, and you're giving it attention, and you're giving it breath. You're nourishing it, you're fortifying it, you're loving it. So that's the beginning part. It's really just deeply breathing, and we're going to be breathing through the heart and into the belly. So, and in the beginning, maybe you want to put a hand on your heart and a hand over your belly, just to feel the breath and feel how that feels as it's moving into you. And So from there, that's guided. And so at the end of that, we're going to move into what I call the three-part breath. Now, the three-part breath is the most intense part of this. And in this series of breath work, this is the mildest one. It actually kind of gets stronger and stronger. I have 10 of these breathwork sessions pre-recorded, but this one's, it's milder, but it's still very intense, especially if you haven't done this type of breath work. So what it is, you're going to be taking 2 deep breaths in through the mouth, and you're going to be expanding the belly on the inhale and contracting the belly on the exhale. So I'll back up a little bit, but you're not going to be able to see my belly in this light. So you're going to be breathing 2 times in quick, and your belly's expanding, and then 1 out through the nose, and the belly will contract. So it's and I'd love for you to practice this with me, and practice as you are allowing the belly to expand. So you're allowing the belly to expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale, in through the mouth, out through the nose. And it's like sucking air in through a straw. And so, and as you do those 2 in, your belly's just it's expanding, and then out through the nose quickly, you close your mouth. So it's a 1, 2, 3 is what, you're like, you can count along with it. And I've designed the music to go along with the breath so that there's a rhythm to it. Sometimes when music changes, it won't be there, but you can follow the rhythm of the music, and that will it'll guide you in the breath. So it's pretty fast. And the first round, we'll be doing that 2 in through the mouth, out through the nose, the 3-part breath, it's called. The first round of 3-part breath will be, I can't remember if this one's 5 or 6 minutes, but something like 5 or 6 minutes long. So you'll get a good taste of it, a good feel for it. And then we'll stop that 3-part breath. And at that point, we will do breath holds. Now, some people are really great at breath holds. Some people are not. I happen to be somebody who I could hold my breath until I pass out for a very long time. I've done that. I don't recommend that. If you feel yourself starting to get lightheaded or woozy, let the breath out. Take a second breath. It's okay. It's not a competition, and it's not about how long you can hold it, but I will be timing you for a minute. We'll take a deep breath in and hold that inhale for 1 minute. And you want to take that breath all the way into the belly and just expand and take that breath in, hold it for a minute if you can. Again, don't push yourself. If you're uncomfortable, it's okay. You can take a second breath. For those of you who are seasoned breath work people and you've done a lot of this, it'll be no problem, especially after the 3-part breath. You're really expanded. So I find it very easy. And some people want to hold their breath for longer, but for the purpose of this course, we're just going to do the 1 minute inhale, hold, and then we will follow that immediately with holding the exhale breath for 1 minute. I'll guide you for 1 minute. Some people have a harder time holding an exhale, so that's okay. Take a second breath or come back to center. If you need a break, you can use some of that time on the exhale breath just to come back to center and allow yourself to center back and sort of rebalance, and then be ready, because then we will enter into a second round of the 3-part breath. Again, it'll be around 6 minutes long, the second round. It will be guided. And then we'll do that series again. We'll do the 3-part breath, followed by another round of a 1 minute hold of the inhale breath and a 1 minute hold of the exhale breath. And so then after that, we get into the really fun, it's all really fun, but the third or the final breath is the Kundalini breath. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with this style of breath. And so what it is you will be taking a deep breath. This will be guided as well. You'll take a deep breath into the base of the spine, and you want to hold and squeeze the muscles at the base of the spine. So you're really creating, this is where the Kundalini, they say the Kundalini resides at the base of the spine as a coiled serpent, and then you're drawing that up. So what it looks like is you'll take a deep breath in, you'll hold and squeeze those muscles at the base of your spine. So these are the buttocks, the Kegel muscles, your muscles down there are going to flow, and I like to say squeeze and flow that breath up through the center channel of your body. And I use my hands to guide that breath. Don't squeeze so hard that you're in pain. It's not that, doesn't have to be that intense. It's just a gentle hold and squeeze. You're holding your breath while you do this. You're flowing that breath up the center column of your body. And I use my hands to guide it. And then all the way to the top of the body, out the crown, and then release that breath. And I'll bring my hands back around. We'll take a very short break and then go right back into it. And we will do a number of those, several of those breaths at the end. So you're holding your breath, you're bringing that breath down as you inhale to the base of the spine, holding and squeezing those muscles at the base of the spine, flowing that breath up and then out the crown, and you'll be guided in that process. And I will also, I'll also do that along, I'll demonstrate that as you're listening so that you'll be able to sit up. And that's the other thing, if you're lying down for the beginning, you will want to make sure that you're sitting up for the Kundalini breath. The audio will have guidance in it, so don't worry if you feel like, oh wow, that was too much. The most important thing to remember is in the 3-part breath, you are doing 2 quick in through the mouth, 1 out through the nose, and you're expanding your belly on the inhale and you're contracting your belly on the exhale. It feels a little backwards at first. It's like, wait a minute, what are we doing? And a lot of people get in their head about that at first, but I don't want you to worry about it. If you find yourself questioning or like, am I doing this right? Listen, go into your heart, come out of your head, and just follow along. In through the mouth, out through the nose. I will be reminding you of that throughout the process, so you'll be able to come back to it. Don't worry if you mess it up. You really can't mess it up. It's a learning process. It's a practice. There's no judgment. Just breathing consciously is going to be very, very good for you. So if you feel like, okay, I'm lost, I don't know where we are, come back to normalize your breath. Just take a few regular breaths for a minute or however long you need to, and then come back to the practice on the 3-part breath in particular. Okay, so what do you think? Are we ready? Are we ready to do this? If you want to use headphones for this, you certainly can, but it's not required. Again, remember, you're going to start out lying down. So you want to have a place to lie down. You can sit up, but it's easier. That 3-part breath is easier to expand the belly when you are lying down. And then for the Kundalini part of the breath, we're going to sit up. We'll actually sit up right before those final 2 breath holds, and then go right in from there to the Kundalini breath. And I'm not going to take your questions right now. I'm sure there are lots of questions, but I'm going to go ahead and set up this audio and we're going to get into it. So everyone just get comfortable, find a place to lie down and prepare. Just start to breathe and set your intention. Think about what is it that you want to accomplish with this breath work today, and we'll get started. Lying down, close your eyes and tune in to your body, paying attention to your breath, noticing whatever it is that you're feeling and experiencing in this moment. Just allowing yourself to be present and aware. Now bring to mind your intention for your session today, bringing your intention into your heart and opening your heart to receive the energy, the light, and the guidance that will help you upgrade and expand and bring energy and inspiration to whatever it is that you're intending and creating in your life at this moment. Breathe into your heart center. And as you're breathing, you're bringing the breath all the way down to the belly, expanding the belly on the inhale, and contracting the belly on the exhale. And as you're breathing, that belly's going out on the inhale, and then back in on the exhale. Your shoulders are not moving. You're simply breathing and informing that breath through the heart center, allowing each breath to be lit up by your heart light energy. And as you're breathing through the heart and into the belly, imagine the sun is shining in your heart. The golden light of the sun is expanding out around your heart and out around your body. And you feel the golden light of divine energy embracing you, encompassing you, surrounding you and protecting you, holding you on this journey of breath. Feel into your body, allowing yourself to feel this beautiful expansion, allowing yourself to commit to being present for this breath, to give it your all, to bring your heart and your soul to each breath with intention and purpose. Breathing in and expanding the heart energy, connecting to everyone else in this breath work, now and in the future. We are a community of light, expanding and ascending our energy together, helping each other in the process and holding space for each other's expansion. Feel that in your field. Breathing your intention in, allowing the light to fill every cell of your body. You are light, breathing light into your cells, into the blood, into the DNA, relaxing and opening as we begin to prepare for the 3-part breath. Just know that whatever happens in this breath work today, you are doing good for your body. You are expanding and you are breathing with purpose, with presence, with awareness. I am divine. I am aware. I am pure consciousness of creator energy. My breath is inspired by the divine. Breathing deeply into the belly. Belly is expanding on the inhale and contracting on the exhale at your own rate. So we are moving now, getting ready for the 3-part breath. Remember, before we begin, it will be 2 breaths in through the mouth and 1 quick release through the nose. It sounds like this. It will be in, out, 2 in through the mouth, 1 out through the nose, and we'll go with the beat of the music. Okay, here we go. In, out, in through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out, yes. In, out, in through the mouth, out through the nose. It's okay to have fun with this breath. It's expanding, it's opening, it's enlightening. In, out, in through the mouth, out through the nose. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding on the inhale. Your belly is contracting on the exhale. In, out, in, out. Yes, keep going. And remember, your shoulders are not moving, it's just your belly. Yes, in, out, in through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. In, out, in, out. Have fun with it. Let yourself free up. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding on the inhale. Your belly is contracting on the exhale. Feel the light expanding you from the inside out. In, out, in, out. Yes. Keep going. Lighting up your cells, lighting up your DNA, ascending your frequency. Keep breathing. Music's changing a little bit here. In, out. Yes. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. Keep going. Might feel a little strange. It might feel tingly. Your body might be wondering, what in the world are we doing right now? And that's okay. Reassure yourself. This is all for the higher good. You are expanding your light. You are inspiring with breath, the divine breath of awareness, of presence. In, out. In, out. In, out. Remember, it's in through the mouth and out through the nose. Your belly's expanding on the inhale and contracting on the exhale. It's okay to enjoy it, have fun, freeing yourself up. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding on the inhale. Belly is contracting on the exhale. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Yes. You're doing great. Let your body feel it. Feeling the energy. What is your body feeling right now? Maybe tingling, maybe some vibrations, frequencies, maybe your lips or hands might be getting tight. That's okay. It's okay. Keep going. In, out. In, out. Yes. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. In, out. Yes. Keep going. In, out. In, out. Yes. You've got this. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. In, out. Yes. In, out. In, out. Yeah. Beautiful. Feel the inspiration. Feel the upgrade. The 12th dimensional frequencies of the sun, enlightening your body through breath. Breathe in that central sunlight, preparing yourself for an upgrade. Letting yourself feel it, letting yourself go. Experiencing more freedom and lightness. In, out. In, out. Yes. Keep going. Belly is expanding on the inhale. Belly is contracting on the exhale. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. In, out. Yes. You're doing so beautifully. Keep going. In, out. Good. Golden light surrounding you. Okay, just return your breath to normal for a moment, and we're going to prepare to hold the inhale breath. Now I'm going to time you for 1 minute, but it's okay if you don't hold it for 1 minute. If you need to come back and take a second breath, that is perfectly fine. You get to do it the way that your body feels good. And as you practice this, it will get easier and easier. So here we go. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, and then a deep inhale, and hold that inhale breath. Just hold. Letting yourself receive that wonderful oxygen you have inhaled and inspired. This is allowing your body to use that oxygen to upgrade your body, oxygenating your blood. Yes, feel it, holding. You're doing great. Enjoying this hold. Doesn't it feel good? 10 more seconds, we're almost there. Okay, you can release that breath. Breathe normally for a moment. And now we're going to hold the exhale breath. So on this one, as you prepare, you might take a deep inhale and then exhale that breath and hold. And again, if you need to come back and take another breath and hold the exhale again, it's okay. It's okay. This is practice. You're holding that exhale breath, feeling your body, whatever it's feeling. Loving your body, grateful for your body. What a miracle it is to be alive, this beautiful body. Okay, 10 more seconds, we're almost there. Getting very close now. Okay, go ahead and release that exhale. Wonderful job. That was amazing. And now, guess what? We're going straight into the 3-part breath again. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Are you ready? You know what to do. In, out. Yes, we're going to go right into it. Yes. Here we go. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding on the inhale. Belly is contracting on the exhale. I bet you're feeling it by now. In, out. Good. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. Keep going. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding, belly is contracting, and remember your shoulders are not moving, just the belly. Whatever you're feeling, feel it. In, out. In, out. Yes, beautiful. Letting yourself free up, releasing, letting go of everything that's no longer serving your highest good. Expanding your ability to hold light with this breath. Yes. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. You're pumping that energy. Think about cycling that breath. I think of it like a figure 8, cycling through my body. Cycling the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Keep breathing. You've got this. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding on the inhale. Belly is contracting on the exhale. Okay, music's changing. Keep breathing. In, out. Keep going. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Keep cycling that breath. Keep allowing yourself to be inspired by this breath. The divine inspiration is breathing you, and you are lighting up. Crystalline energy awakening parts of your body, parts of your brain that you didn't even know were asleep, activating the pineal gland, activating all of the glands of the brain, the synapses, the nerve endings, waking up, lighting up, firing in a new way. In, out. Activating you. In, out. In, out. Good. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Belly is expanding, belly is contracting. In, out. Yes. Keep going, keep breathing. You're probably feeling something by now, tingling, expansion, vibrating, tension even sometimes. It's okay. Tell yourself it's okay. If you need to take a little break, that's okay too. You don't ever want it to be painful, but let yourself enjoy it. Let yourself power through it. Let yourself feel what you're feeling and do it anyway. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Expanding the belly on the inhale. Contracting the belly on the exhale. In, out. In, out. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In, out. Good. Yes. Feel that energy. This is what it feels like to expand and to do it with intention and purpose and presence and joy and passion. Yes, in, out. In, out. Breathe with passion. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Yes. In, out. In, out. Yes. Good. Okay. And now it's time to sit up. We're going to sit up for these breath inhales. And so get yourself to a seated position. It might be a little different feeling right now. That's okay. Whatever you're feeling is perfectly fine. We're going to hold the inhale breath when I tell you to. So take a deep breath and a deep exhale. And now take a deep breath in and hold that inhale. We're going to hold for 1 minute. 1 minute. Just like we did before. And again, if you need to take a second breath, that's okay. Do it the way that it works for you. It's actually quite easy in this breath work to hold for a minute. You might be surprised at how easy it is for you. Yes, absorbing the oxygen in deeply into the cells, deeply into the DNA, feeling the crystalline blueprint within you activating, lighting up that grid inside of you. 5 more seconds. Okay, go ahead and release that breath and get ready. We will be now holding the exhale breath. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and then exhale that breath and hold that breath. You're gonna hold for a minute or as long as you can. Letting yourself feel what you're feeling. Truly being present and aware, absorbing that light, the golden light of the divine within and around you, embracing you, loving you, cherishing you. Feel your heart opening to more love. Beautiful. Yes. 5 more seconds, almost there. Okay, go ahead and release and return your breath to normal for a few minutes here. Breathing and just relaxing now for a moment as we're preparing. We're going to do the Kundalini breath. And so remember, The Kundalini breath, we're going to be breathing deeply into the base of the spine. We will be holding and squeezing those muscles and flowing that breath up to the top until we release. Are you ready? Okay, go ahead and take a deep breath in, deeply into the base of the spine. Hold and squeeze the muscles at the base of the spine. Squeezing and flowing now, flowing that breath. This is the Kundalini coming up your spine, coming up through each chakra, up and up, sending it all the way up through the top of your head to the crown center. Up and release. Yes, good. Let's do it again. Okay, here we go. Deep breath into the base of the spine, holding and flowing that energy up into the first chakra, up into the second energy center, up to the third, up into your heart center. Yes, keep going up the spine, up into the throat, up into the pineal, the third eye, up to the crown center, and up above the crown and out in a torus field around your body, creating a magnetic frequency around your body that will attract all that you desire. Yes, I hope you've exhaled that breath by now, and we're gonna go ahead and do it again. Let's do another Kundalini breath. You're doing great. Give your full self to this one. Give it all you've got. Deep inhale into the base of the spine. Hold and squeeze those muscles as you flow that energy up through each energy center, up through the chest, up into the throat, up into the brain, feeling the brain lighting up. Feeling the pineal gland activating, up into the crown, up into the soul star chakra, and release in a torus field, coming back out and around into the base of your spine and up. This is a flow of energy around your body. This is your magnetic attraction to manifest all of your desires, to manifest your intentions. You're doing great. One more. We're going to do one more Kundalini breath and then we'll relax. Deep breath into the base of the spine. Hold and squeeze and flow that energy beautifully and gently up the spine, up through each energy center, up to the top of the head. Yes. And out the crown. Yes, releasing. And now you get to rest in Shavasana. Rest and relax. You can lie down if you'd like to for this part. Just relaxing and breathing normally. Relaxing and feel how beautiful this freedom and light that you've absorbed and expanded into is in your body, in your energy field. Be grateful for yourself. I am grateful for you for doing this work. Feel your heart. You may even want to put your hands over your heart center now. Giving your heart the love of your soul, feeling the love and the energy of divine oneness in your heart. Feel the connectedness to your divine presence, your higher self, loving you and embracing you. The golden light of the divine, holding you, cherishing you, grateful for you. And then feel that energy expanding out now, expanding out to everyone else around you, in your family, seen and unseen, living and those who have crossed over, your ancestors. Beautiful work. I'm so proud of you. I know that you have expanded to new levels, and I honor you and the light that you are. Thank you for doing this breath work today. Namaste. So that was the Ascension breath work, first class, and I'm grateful that you all completed the class. We had 111 participants. That was a beautiful number to begin with. As you're coming back, I invite you to turn on your camera. Let us see you. Let us see your faces. I just want to address, a lot of people have a lot of emotions come up during the breath work. Sometimes people will cry. Sometimes you'll know why. Sometimes you'll have no idea why. Sometimes people, and this question might come up, but in case it doesn't, sometimes your hands or your lips will feel tight. Did anyone experience that, just by show of hands or in the chat? Did anyone feel a tightening of your hands, your feet, or your lips, or anything like that? If you did, just say yes in the chat. Yeah, someone. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so several people did. A number of people did. Okay, so just so you know, it's okay, and what that's called is tetany. And tetany is, and I did some research on this because it's a phenomena that does happen in breathwork, and it's like a tightening of parts of the body that is followed by a release. It's usually followed by a release. So you can think of it almost, I think we're all adults here, but almost like that moment before an orgasm where your body tightens and then there's this release and expansion that happens after it. That is what happens in this breath work for a lot of people. And so I like to share that just so you don't resist when that comes up. It's okay. Doesn't mean anything's wrong. I thought about sharing that ahead of time, but I didn't want to inject that into your experience if it wasn't going to happen for you. I didn't want you to think that something was wrong if you didn't experience that, because there's all different ways to experience this breath. So I think I'm just going to open up for questions, share back. If you have an experience or if you have a question about what just happened, what we just did, feel free to raise your hand. You can use the reactions tab at the bottom to raise your hand. I'm going to prefer that today. I'm going to require that rather than, we do have a lot of people on the call, so rather than speaking out loud, please raise your hand and then I'll call on you in order of raising your hand. And don't be shy, anything goes, you can ask anything. So Gigi, you're the first one that I saw with your hand up. And I see you there, Carol, but you'll be third. We've got Gigi, then Kathy, and then Carol, you can go third. Hi.
I think that today, when I registered, I knew I would get something of very high value, but I didn't expect what happened. And I'm so happy that my soul brought me to you, because I've been looking for breath work, but never as efficient as what I've experimented today. And I'm glad you spoke about tetany, because I had some in my head and mostly in my sacrum and legs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will activate heat for me, because that are cold places in my body. So I'm very pleasant. I'll keep doing it. And at the end, when we finished the whole thing, I could feel the life force pulsing in my body and outside my body. So that was quite a gift. So how can I say? To know this is to adopt. Breathwork, your kind. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much, Gigi, for sharing that. I love hearing people's experiences, and it is different. I know that it's different than most other. I mean, I've never seen anyone else do a style like this. So it's unique, it's special, and I know I had a few comments from people that were used to doing the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and we do it backwards. It's an inversion of that, kind of like a mirror, and there's a reason for that. I did download instructions directly from the divine, from source, and there are no mistakes. It's not accidentally designed that way, and it does create quite an expansion. And I'm glad that you felt that, Gigi.
Will we get a replay of that, or was it the only
So,
time?
yeah, so the way that this works is that I will be sending out the next morning. So tomorrow morning, you'll get your day 3 challenge Zoom link, and the recording will be there of this,
Okay.
and you'll get it for 48 hours. For 2 days, I'll have it open, and then it's going to close. And for anyone that, I'm just going to put a link in the chat. For anyone that wants more, you can go to my website, you can read about it, you can read about where this came from. And then I have a number of pre-recorded classes, including the one we just did, but there's a whole series of classes, and there's even a teacher training. So, and it's all pre-recorded, so you can do that. And if you go all the way through teacher training, then you'll get some interaction with me as well. But I have 10 pre-recorded classes, I believe, as well as the teacher training. So, yeah. All right.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Okay, next we have Kathy.
Hi, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've been waiting for something like this.
Oh, good.
I have been like asking for guidance, and my commands that I've been giving, I've just not been having very much success, and my breathing just didn't feel like it was doing anything for me. So this is totally opposite. My whole body is pulsating still.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. It's like 100% better. So
Yes.
I'm just so glad that I was led here.
Oh,
So I
I'm so
appreciate
glad
it.
too.
Thank you so much. It's just
Yeah.
so amazing. Now I can proceed and maybe get a little bit more success.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing for clearing out old energy. And the thing that's really fun about it is you're mostly not processing through the mind, through the brain, which we can get stuck and cycle things through. This can clear out tons of old energy. You don't even have to know what it is. If it's important for you to know what it is, you'll know. But old stuff, lineage, things from lifetimes ago can just go without having to process through it. And that is why this has been given to us. This is Ascension breathwork. This was given for us to work on our ascension. So it's very special, it's sacred, and you're getting it, you're experiencing it. People can have massive.
At first I did not think I was going to be able to do it, but after like just the first couple of breaths, I was like, yes, I can do this. Like,
Yes, you
it's just
can.
persistent.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm glad I stuck with it right away and didn't give up.
I'm glad you
So
did too. And you brought up one of the key elements in Ascension, and that is tenacity. We don't always succeed on our first try in whatever we do, but we must be tenacious and keep trying. And when we fail, we come back and try again, and we will succeed and we will be victorious in our
that's
tenacity
awesome.
and
And I'm
commitment.
looking forward to tomorrow also.
Good. Yes, tomorrow's going to
So,
be a lot of fun too. Thank you,
all right,
Kat.
well, I'll let somebody else speak because I don't want to take up your whole time, but I appreciate it and thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I know, Carol, you had your hand up third, or you just raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for this experience. I'm no longer looking at words on a page or the ascension process. I actually experienced it, and I've been unable to do this breath and until now, and with this community. So Thank you for this opportunity. It's amazing. And, you know, I write, I meditate every morning, and I got a download this morning of how we're really moving into a place of sacred contracts. And we're all clearing energy. And for me, I need to raise my sacred sexuality. And the Kundalini breath is exactly that. It links to that. And so I felt that raising up of it. And I really felt it throughout my whole family ancestry and lineage, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
It was amazing. So I'm beyond tears. I've already cried them all. You know, the joy was so amazing. I was ecstatic.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Mm.
Wow.
Yes, thank you for sharing. And yes to everything you just said. It's the sacred breath, and it is sensual and it's experiential. And my whole, in teaching embodied ascension, it's not about what you read and what you watch and the videos, even though I put videos out there. It's not about that. It's about the experience in your body and experiencing the embodiment of your divine light, which you receive through the breath. That is the experience that I want each of you to get and to have and to receive through this breath work. That is why this breath work exists. So I love that you shared that you experienced it. I mean, to me, that makes me happier than anything else you could say. I had an experience. I felt it. I felt my divinity. I felt my light. I expanded and felt myself in a new way, because that is embodiment, feeling the body, honoring the body, loving the body, and allowing the body to ascend with the mind and the spirit. Yes. Yeah, beautiful. And yes, it does affect all of our relations backward and forward, all of our incarnations, our multidimensional selves. It affects everything. And it is so much more than just this body, but this body is our point of power. This is where we are located for this experience. So it's the vessel that is the container for that transformation. Okay, we'll move to the next person. We've got Candace, go ahead. Oops, where'd you go? Oh yeah.
Hi, I just want to say, this breath work was life-changing. I've done other breath work, but this is the icing on the cake. And the best way I can describe it is it became me, like I became the breath, and the breath just is me, and that's it.
Beautiful. Ah, that's so beautiful. Yes, and that's the ultimate, because we are the sacred breath. I don't even need to say anything else about that, Candace, because you got it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for
And
sharing.
I'm so honored and blessed to be in with you in this community, and the membership is the best gift ever.
Thank you, Candace. It's beautiful to have you, and I love hearing your transformation. So thank you for all that you share and all that you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aurora, you're next.
Hello, how's it going?
Wonderful. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for being you. It was wonderful. This I've done breath work before, Wim Hof and other methods, and I've always had wonderful experiences. But this time, my whole body was tingling and I was so cold. I had to put a blanket on me in the middle of it. But the one thing that I've never experienced before is that when we were doing the 2 in, 1 out very quickly, at one point, I was getting a lot of pain, right, just above the sternum area toward the left where my heart is. And I have been really focusing on opening up my heart to unconditional love and compassion. And I've never had this pain before. And so I kept breathing through the pain, and I'm thinking, what is this? And I just know that my heart was opening up, and I just want to thank you very, very much for that. So I just wanted to let you know, and thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing that. Of course, I always have to do the disclaimer that I'm not a doctor and I don't give medical advice.
Yeah, of course.
As you all know. But and of course, I'm never going to tell anyone to breathe to the point of pain, but I have witnessed in my clients and myself, sometimes old emotional wounds and traumas will show up as painful when we're clearing them, and where it's like one last opportunity to re-experience it and then allow it to leave the field. And it sounds like that's the type of experience that you were having.
I know it was. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you
so
for
very
sharing
much.
that. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, Isa, you're next.
Can you hear me now? Yes, we
Yes,
can.
yes.
Okay, it's Isa, by the way.
Mhm.
It's like Lisa, but without
Isa.
the L.
Got it.
So I've been doing a breathwork practice since for the last 5 months. And I appreciate that I've been doing it. It's like, series of pretty similar in, series of, it's like a 21-minute practice altogether. But I have never experienced the lightness that I felt with this practice. I just felt so light, and my intention was to be able to, one of the things I really want is to be able to communicate with my guides. I know I must have them, but I'm 74 years old almost, and I've never, as much as I've been, striving, I've never been able to get in touch with my guides. And I just almost feel like when I'm part of groups like this, because I don't have the things that I don't have the light to share that everybody else does, in some ways I feel kind of parasitic, that I'm not, that I don't really belong here, but something keeps on getting me to just keep on. And I just felt lighter today, and I felt like, okay, just let go of the need of having to talk to my guides or anything like that. So I do appreciate that feeling. I do want to ask a question though before I lose this. With the breath, with the Kundalini breath, are we imagining are we holding our breath the whole time, and it's from our root? We're holding the breath the whole time and then just visualizing it going up. Is that correct?
Yep. You're allowing it's energetic. So you can think of it as the energy of the breath to move up through the spine as you're holding and squeezing the muscles at the base of the spine. You're allowing that breath to energetically flow up the spine and then out the crown of the head. And then you release the breath on that at the crown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing rebirth and breath and through my
Mhm.
Kundalini practice, and but I wasn't quite sure on that. But I am grateful for the experience I had, and as far as letting go of what I want to, where's a fine line of intention, but letting go of not being attached to getting what my intention is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, intentions are intentions for a reason, and it's really our communication. It's a way of communicating with the universe. When you have an intention and you hold it in your field, and you are an energetic match to that frequency, then you're just informing the universe of what you want. It's like telling your partner, that's going to the grocery store, hey, will you pick up some lettuce while you're there? It's that simple. The intention is you're intentionally informing the universe of what it is that you want and you need. And if the universe is at the grocery store, they will pick you up some lettuce. So you'll get what you ask for, as long as you're a match to it and you're not blocking it or resisting it. Of course, that's being a good receiver. We must be able to receive in order to allow that to happen. And one more thing, Isa, I really want to speak into what you said at the beginning, that you didn't feel like you're enough, or you felt like you're taking energy from the group. And just know that you are absolutely a bright light. You are an equal. We are all equals here. We're all in different places on our journey. And you are 100%, you have every bit of as much right to be here as anybody else. So just soak that in and know that you are a contributing person and being, and you're light, and you are part of this community. And just to feel that for yourself and not judge. We all get messages from our guides in different ways. I would say you are getting messages, but probably not in the way that you're looking for. And that can be a big, a tricky thing for people, because we're getting messages all the time, but not always in the way we think we're supposed to. You might not be clairvoyant or clairaudient, but maybe you just know something or feel something. Maybe you see a number synchronicity, or maybe somebody says something to you that you needed to hear. Maybe somebody invites you to a breathwork class that you needed to go to. That's all ways that your guidance is working with you and through other people sometimes. So just maybe expand out to allow yourself to see other ways that your guidance is communicating with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so Maggie, you're next.
Hola, I try to speak English because it's not so perfect. When I was lying and I do the breathing in the mouth and out through the nose, I had a cramping in my stomach, and I begin to babbling, I think, and it was so painful I could not do it. But then when I sit down, I can do it, but lying, no.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm sitting, I have no pain. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. You can make adjustments. It's not designed to be painful. It shouldn't be painful. So that's great that you changed your position. Sometimes a change of position can help alleviate something, and sitting up is okay. Not everybody can tolerate lying down for the breath, or not everybody wants to do it that way. That's perfectly fine. And I'm glad that you made an adjustment and made yourself more comfortable.
But I had also a lot of fear when I was lying, just by this breathing. By the others, no, but by this breathing, I was so fearful. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, it can bring things up sometimes. So yeah, it's just a matter of acknowledging it, not pretend, anytime. It's actually a good thing to comment on. Whatever comes up for a purpose. There's no accidental emotion, or there's nothing that shows up that's not welcome. Even if it's pain, even if it's fear, that's information that you can expand from having that information. So wonderful. The pain told you, hey, I need to do this differently. You followed, you listened, you followed, you made an adjustment, you adjusted yourself and got more comfortable. The fear is, there's a part of yourself that you can go into contemplation with and ask, what am I afraid of? Some people are afraid of ascension itself, of losing your physical incarnation. You might be afraid of, there's any number of things, but it could be a past life experience. It could be another part of yourself. It could be many, many things. And it's not even necessary to know exactly what it is, but what is important is to listen to the body, acknowledge what it's telling you, honor what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. And even, I like to do something called anthropomorphizing, give the part of your body that's in fear, or the part of yourself that's in fear, or the part of your body that's in pain, give them a voice, give it a voice and say,
Yes.
if you could speak, what would you tell me? What do I need to know? How can I make you more comfortable? What do you need from me? And then did you do that?
Now I think that's babbling. I don't know. You understand babbling? I think it was an expression of that fear, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It,
Okay.
it,
It
it
could be,
was like a baby, or that sort of.
light language can show up that way. Maybe you're getting your light language. Do you speak light language?
I don't know that.
Yeah, it can come like that sometimes. So,
Um,
again, don't judge it.
it
Let it
was
be
like a
what it is.
baby
It could
speaking.
be the spirit speaking through you, and just play with it, allow it, talk to
Yes.
it, let it have its voice, let it share with you. So it's all okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Malin?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. This was the first time I did breath work, and I don't know. I didn't know what to set for the intention, because I didn't know. Was it an intention? I just said I would like to release this or release that trauma or something. That it was that kind of intention I should have put or set.
So an intention is, there's not really a right or a wrong intention, but an intention is it's really like the energetic frequency that you're setting for your experience. It can certainly have a desired outcome attached to it. It might be, my intention is to experience an expansion. My intention is to experience more wellness or more light in my body. Your intention could be, maybe you're working on something in your life. If you're trying to get a new job and you applied, my intention is that I will manifest this new job. Or it could be an intention, really of anything that you want. It's about setting a frequency that the universe can respond to and knows what you want. And it's part of communicating with the divine, because we're in communication all of the time with the energetic world. It's responding to us all of the time, through other people, through experiences, through even the thoughts that we have, through ideas, through creativity, through invitations. And it's just endless. It's constantly communicating with us. Everything that happens is a communication from the divine. So when you set your intention, it's like a prayer. You're putting your intention out there, you're setting a frequency, and you're allowing the divine to respond to that, so that you can have a greater experience of that which you wish to have or experience in your life.
I have something inside my head. It's pulsating in my left ear, and I hear my own heart in my ear, and I have this dissonance and like a pressure. So I'm thinking about if that's old stagnant energy that tried to come out of my head when I felt like I was exploding almost in my head. And it was when I to this breath, 2 quick in and 1 quick out, and then we were to sit up. I was very dizzy when I set myself up, when we're going to do the Kundalini. So when I feel like my head is exploding with this breath work, what should I do? Should I stop doing it, or should I do it more, or should I just be with it and accept it and don't be afraid of it? Or what can I do?
I would say to really listen to your internal voice. I don't feel like it's my place to tell you what you should do when you're experiencing that. It's your body, it's your experience. So, just like Maggie, she had some pain, she shifted her position, the pain alleviated, and she continued. If it's emotional, what's coming up, really does help to power through and to get to the other side of that. But if it's painful, I never want to tell someone to breathe through pain, even unless you feel like it's an emotional experience, like was shared earlier, and it's an expansion. But that's not something. I don't know what your condition is. I don't know if it's dangerous, so it's really not something that I can tell you. I wouldn't say if you feel like your head is exploding, keep breathing. Unless you feel like you need to. That's not for me to answer. I think you have to answer that for yourself. Check in with your heart, check in with your internal guidance. What do I need to do right now? Do I need to keep breathing or do I need to stop? And trust your own inner guidance on that. You are the one who knows what's best for you. Okay? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, and I do have to go pretty soon. I can do one more question. So Bonnie, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Hi, Bushayla. How are
Hi.
you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for this breath work. I absolutely love it. But I wanted to ask, during the second 3-part breath, my tingling was so strong in my hands and throughout my body. It was pulsating. And I had to stop for a minute and just regroup and then continue on. But then after this whole breath work, I feel I have an intention that I set. It's regarding clarification of a job, and because I'm in the midst of finding, I'm active in the process of finding a new job. So after this, I feel so much lighter, and I feel like I've been asking for clarification, and I feel like I just feel different. I feel a lot lighter, and I was wondering, during this tinglingness that I had, that's my release, right? Was that a release of mine?
Probably. I mean, the fact that you feel lighter is an indicator that yes, that was, and it is very common that people sense energy as tingling or feel energy. And I'm not saying that the tingling is not real because it's very real. But yeah, that tingling in the body, for me, I experience that quite often. It's like becoming an antenna, like when my hands tingle, they're picking up, if you want to call it spiritual frequencies or vibrations. If an unseen being comes in the room, oftentimes before I see it, I will feel it in my hands, and that can be hot and cold. It can be tingling. So it can also be a building of energy, which in breath work, this is very common. You're building, 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 and then there's that release, and that is the lightening. So you're letting go of spiritual energy or density. It can also be physical density that is just coming up and out. You're changing the patterns around your body to become more coherent, which can have the effect of the body changing internally and even physically. So it becomes, when you're working with this level of breath work and you are working with spiritual energy, spontaneous healings can happen. Density can be released, can be cleared. Old traumas can be lifted from the body, and new energies can come in. And that is the embodiment of higher levels of light, which it sounds like you are experiencing. So congratulations.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, my
I'm
pleasure.
loving.
I'm so glad. Okay, I do have an appointment that I get to go to now. So I'm going to close there. I did put in the chat, I don't know if everyone saw it, but if you want to know more about the breathwork, you can just go to my website, and I believe it's under courses, I have Breathwork, or you can follow this link. It talks a little bit more about the breathwork, and there are also options to buy breathwork if you want to own the courses, the classes, and the series of 10, or you actually get, I think, 5 or 6, and then some bonus ones. It's a nice sort of database of breathwork. So if you want more, go ahead and go check it out. And also, I have links to the membership. If you like doing this stuff, if you like this kind of work, if you're working on your Ascension, you can still get in as a founding member until the end of October for $33 a month. And this is what we're doing. We're going to do stuff like this. We do this, the breathwork deeply in Embodied Ascension 6-month course. And just know that I will be sending out the replay for this one. I sent out the replay for yesterday's in today's morning email. I will send out this replay and tomorrow, and it'll be like that each day. You'll have 48 hours to watch the replay. I know a lot of people, I probably got 100 messages yesterday. Do I get the replay? Do I get the replay? I did not go in and answer each one of those. So just know that it will be in your morning email, and scroll down and you'll find it there. So with that, thank you all so much for being here. I'm so grateful to share this breath work with you. I'm so grateful to share this Ascension challenge with you. I'm proud of you for showing up. For those of you that came day 1 and day 2, I'm so happy that you're following through. For those of you that it's your first day, great. Go back and catch up on day 1. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So I love you all. I cherish you. I'm so grateful for you. Namaste.